Good morning from Uyuni, where we just checked out of our salt hotel. Today we are about to go on a 3-day tour of the largest salt flat in the world. During this tour we are going to see a train graveyard, lagoons, volcanoes, islands, hot springs, and more. Honestly, feels like we're in a different planet. So let's start the adventure.
We just got our tour briefing and I'm super excited.
I didn't realize how much of Bolivia we were actually going to see. We basically go all over, we touch the Chile border, and I don't know what to expect, so this is going to be really awesome.
Our first stop on the tour is this train cemetery that's in Uyuni. So the guy explained that the miners and the train companies shook hands for an agreement to create these train system to get all the minerals and stuff from the mines to Chile. And so they created these trains and these lines, and then the mines kind of ran out of material, so the trains were useless, and so they just said, we can't pay for them, leave them here. And they just started to die here. And eventually the mines started to open up again, but then they couldn't use these trains because the new trains had to use petroleum and these ones did not use that. So they created a new train system, or a train line that they used, and used different trains. So now all these old ones are here to die.
So I don't know if you can see it, but they did give us permissions to climb on the trains, as you can see some of the people are doing. So we'll see if we get to it or not. I don't know.
Get ready to watch a klutzy Becky climb up a train.
You're doing great.
I did it! The train cemetery is pretty cool. It's like a jungle gym where you get to climb on these trains and see all the old rusty metal. It's so much fun.
So we're gonna keep exploring before we head to our next destination.
Let's jump around some trains. The second stop on the tour is a town called Colchani, and it's one of the towns that refines the salt. So they bring in all the salt, and they still do a lot of mining today. And we saw them unloading salt as we were doing our little tour. And in the town, they bring it in and they refine it. So they break it down, they do the process to make it edible, because there's minerals in like the raw salt, and if you ate too much, it would not be good for you. So it's just a cute little town that has all this different information about salt. I will say, it is a tourist spot that all like the tours come in, and so there's a lot of different gift shops and everything, but it is still cool to see the process, because I didn't really know the process. Honestly, I don't really like salt. Salt's the devil. But it's still cool to learn about. And after we go through the town, we're gonna get lunch that's provided, and they work with like this woman, he said, that makes the lunch for us. So we're gonna have lunch, and we're gonna be with the tour group, so we probably won't be recording too much, but hopefully we can get some shots. We'll see though. I'm hungry. Let's go check out the town. Salty. Salty.
Sunglasses secured. So apparently when we're on the salt flat, it's like really bright white, almost as like sun's reflecting off snow. So we recommended some of these. I didn't have any, so we bought these from the markets. But now it's time to go eat, and then we're gonna head to our third destination, which I believe it's a salt flat.
And you're walking on salt.
I know. It looks like snow when it's slushy. It looks like snow. Yeah. This is salt, man. So we just made it to the salt flats, and it honestly feels like we're in a different planet.
It does. We're literally walking on salt. It's like hard. I didn't know what to expect. Like it was supposed to be like sandy, you know, but it's like hard. It's everywhere, and it's so white and bright.
Very. That's why I got the sunglasses. Highly recommend bringing a pair if you're ever out this way. But we are at the first stop in over...
the salt flats.
Yeah, in the salt flats, and it's over 10,500 kilometers. We're just gonna explore. There's a salt hotel here as well, and we're gonna enjoy this area before we go even more inland. And they have restrooms here.
Good to go again?
I mean, it's good to keep an empty bladder.
Brandon has been consistent on the bathroom breaks. I'm proud of him. He's hydrated.
Partially because drinking a lot of water is how you deal with altitude sickness. And we're at probably like over 11,000 feet, probably. And so I just want to make sure we're safe. I don't want to be sick.
You right. And this is the original Hotel de Sal. So this is like the actual salt hotel. And we're gonna go see what it's like inside.
So another cool thing about this tour so far is usually they'll take you to the locations, give you 5 minutes of like information, and then they just let you explore for, I don't know, typically like 30 minutes. But it's kind of nice because like we get to be alone, socialize with the group. When we ate lunch, it was family style, and so we just got to connect with different people from England, India. There's a few groups in Canada, and the lunch itself was actually really tasty.
So good. So yummy. Delicious quinoa. I didn't know this, but apparently Bolivia is home to 18 different types of quinoa. And so far I think I've had 2 types. So we had like red quinoa yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. I forgot how much I love quinoa.
And now we're getting ready to head to the 4th stop, which is going to be more inland.
Was it good?
That was something.
We made it to our 4th stop, and we drove for like maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and then you just pulled off to where like no one else is around, and we're surrounded by salt flat with it's crystallized, so like there's like bumps all around, and it looks so neat.
And it's all we can see for miles, just no brown, it's just all white, and then some mountains faintly in the background.
So cool.
Honestly, this day just keeps getting better and better, and so I'm already excited now, but I'm already looking forward to the Cactus Island, and then after that, it was incredible.
I know. Let's go get some cool shots.
Yeah. Oh. Ah. No, don't do that.
We made it to our 5th stop, Cactus Island. So we're gonna go hike up a mountain and take a view at all these cactuses in the salt flats. It costs 30 Bolivian dollars per person. So we're gonna go pay our entrance fee. Hopefully the bathrooms are free, and then start going up.
I've never seen cactus this big in my life.
They're giant. Actually, I don't even think I've seen like a cactus in my whole life. These are
really?
Besides like little pot ones.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah. I know what you
their
meant.
lawn, but so big. I'm so excited to hike up to the top.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. One thing we did find out is that these are wood cactus. And so, yeah, this was once upon a time cactus, but it's wood. And all of these are coral, which means there is a resemblance of a sea at one point, which is pretty cool.
This used to be a sea, and you can see like reef around, but this in the back, it looks like the ocean's like washing up to the island. It's just wild that this just pops out, and there's cactuses everywhere, and there's a salt flat. It's so fun. I could spend all day here. They're so fun to look at, and some of the cactuses like look like different things, like cloud watching. Like one looks like a hand like grasping in the air. There's some that look like the middle finger. It's just so fun. But now we gotta climb up. And this elevation, no joke, I'm out of breath.
The Cactus Island was a lot cooler than I anticipated. I really did not expect them to be that massive, and there's a plethora of them. And the fact that some of them are over 100 years old is also really cool. We just made it to the top, and I'm out of breath. The elevation is getting to me, but how can you beat this view? But yeah, we're gonna enjoy this, go down, and then we'll see you at the hostel.
plot twist. We did not stop at our hostel first. We are stopping for sunset, and they gave us this wine and a snack, and it was so sweet.
They did a cheat, like a, what is this? Salute?
Just a little drop for the Pachamama.
Pulling out for the homies.
Arriba, abajo, al centro, turn, and adentro. Salud.
Yeah, it was great, and the wine was also delicious. This is just why I love traveling. The sunset is just a bajillion colors. We wouldn't get this from where we're from. It just like reiterates like why we're going this year to travel. And this is only the day one, the last stop on the tour before we do dinner at the hostel and hopefully call it an early night. And so this is just a perfect way to end an incredible day.
And this is only day one. Only day one. Wait till day two.
I know, there'll be me. Oh my God, this is the best day ever. And then the next day after that, it's also gonna be the best day ever.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, thanks for playing this.
So
we don't really know what the rest of the night is gonna entail. And so we might call it early, just eat dinner with everyone, enjoy all the new friends we've met, and then call it a good night. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Good morning from day 2 of our tour. Today we are going to not be in the salt flats anymore because we are going to be in the more desert terrain and closer to the volcanoes and a lot of lagoons.
yeah, so apparently we're gonna see a different flamingos today.
But we have breakfast in just about 10 minutes and we're going to head to our first destination.
It was such a great thing to wake up out of our little like cabin and see this beautiful scenery around us. Like there's mountains, there's cactuses. It's just so nice. It was just so cool because we came in the dark, and then when you woke up, you're like, whoa, look at these mountains.
I know, how fun. Let's start day 2.
We made it to stop number 8, and getting here was so cool. There's all these little pichus, which are like little llama animals, and we did see some llamas. And it was just a beautiful drive, and we stopped in this cute town to get some water, learn about quinoa.
Yeah, that was really cool. There's over 18 different types of quinoa here, and we got to see 10. And it was just a nice little hour drive before we head to our next destination, which is,
I think, an overlook of a volcano.
but all right, we gotta get back to our car. Let's go.
So we're at our 9th stop, and we're at the Salar De Uyuni, which is a different salt flat, and it has less salt, which is why it is not as bright white as the other one. So our guy was just explaining how all of these volcanoes are dormant, and it's just cool to see. And one of them you can see like the ash, like volcanic ash. He's like, it's not snow, it is ash. And we're also on the same rail line that we saw yesterday, which leads this way to Chile and this way to Uyuni. And he said we're only 10 to 20 kilometers away from Chile if we go that way. So it's just a really cool spot. It's, again, the scenery, incredible. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I'm having so much fun. And it's so crunchy. We are at stop number 10, I think. And this is the volcano that's still active. I think it's Volcano Ollangue. And we're at 4,200 meters. I could be wrong, let's check the sign. But they also have a delicacy here.
Yes, llama sausage, which is exactly what it sounds like.
And it comes on a toasted bun and just like a cut open sausage, and I would think it was grilled over charcoal, and it smells delicious.
Ooh, that crunch.
That's really yummy. It's spicy, it's yummy, it's crunchy and delicious. We finished off the sausage, and now we're gonna walk to see the volcano.
And this is like the beauty of, I guess, documenting sort of our travels, because we'll be able to have this memory. And it's just, there's not too many times in life where you get to experience first. And this is just another one of those moments that we're gonna cherish and enjoy.
And like all these rock formations around us, it makes me feel like I'm in Mars. Maybe, I don't know what Mars looks like, but I would say this is close.
It's really hard to find the words to kind of capture how we feel right now, but honestly, it doesn't get any better than this. Today's been awesome despite all of the driving to get to the different viewpoints. Definitely the most driving we've done. It's like 30 minutes to an hour in between different stops, but it's always just worth it when we get there.
It's our first volcano. Look at its little poof of smoke. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at this green bumpy thing. Dude, how cool is it? I think it's just a rock that has moss over it, but a different type of moss that I don't know about. But it's neat.
This was seriously so much fun, but now we are going to head to our next destination, so we got to get back to the car and hit the road.
We made it to our first lagoon and it's filled with flamingos.
Another first for us, first time seeing flamingos in person. There's mostly the pink and the white ones here. We can't see the feet because it's in water.
And this lagoon is very old and there's like springs that feed the lagoon, and the white stuff around it is borax.
Yeah. Which is used for what, cleaners and making slime apparently?
Makes really good slime. I'll link the rest. No.
But we're gonna do a walk around loop around the lagoon, and then they're gonna pick us up from over there. So we get a nice little hike in after all this driving. We get our steps in. So
honestly, anywhere you look, beautiful. It's gorgeous.
So, vamonos. So the second lagoon we went to is like 5 times the size, and there's hundreds of flamingos out there. And there's actually one that was really close. Like the whole tour was able to get some really good pictures of it. And now we are going to do the same thing we did previously. We're going to walk around the lagoon, and then we're going to walk to where we're going to have lunch. This view just leaves me speechless. Like the way the mountains are reflecting off the water, and just all like flamingos, which is our first time seeing any of them. Today's just going to keep getting better, isn't it? Lunch was really great. You really can't beat that view, and the food for us was very good. There was some complaints about needing salt and ketchup and mayo, but we were fine.
I know, I thought the chicken was delicious.
Yep.
But now, after lunch, we are going to go into the desert, and which is pretty exciting because I don't think I've ever been in a desert before.
Yeah, same.
We're not being a lot of firsts for us.
I know, how awesome.
So we were just at the Siloli Desert where the mountains were there, and those were really old dormant mountains, older than the ones that we saw earlier today. And you can tell because of all the erosion and the different colors that were there. It was just really cool to see the desert and then those old mountains / dormant volcanoes. And then a little bit later, we drove for like 10 minutes, and I'm gonna call this Viscucha Island. So Viscucha is like a tiny little bunny with a long tail, and they're everywhere on these rocks, and they just climb, and they're so cute.
Literally right there.
Look at them. It's me and my Viscucha. Also, the ride out to the desert was insane. There was like 5 more lagoons. We didn't stop at all of them, but all of them had like flamingos. And then we're driving, and there's these giant rock walls with giant boulders, and we were just like in this little canyon, and all of these sides were steep rocks, and just it was so cool. Best trip so far on our year travel, and it's our first one.
First time in the desert was pretty fun.
Agreed. It wasn't as like sandy and duny as I thought it was, but I don't think it's a sandy, duny desert. It's a different type of desert.
But we have more driving to do, and we're going to, I think, a national park to catch the sunset. So that is going to be a chef's kiss to the end of the day.
It's just so random that all these giant boulder rocks pop out of nowhere. And there's one called the stone tree that looks like a tree, but it's a stone. I'm playing a game and trying to identify different things in these rocks, but the tree, it looks like a dragon like popping out. So if you can see like the darker part, it's like its head, and then its body's from behind. And you really gotta use your imagination. We made it to the Red Lagoon, or Laguna Colorada, and to get into this area, it's protected, so it's $150 a person. So we paid for that. It wasn't included in the tour price. But the lagoon is red because of all the minerals that are in the water and on the ground. So I think he said there's iron, copper, and some other things in there as well. So that's what makes it red. And there's even more flamingos. It's getting a little chilly, but it looks really awesome.
This national park has been really great. It's just awesome to see red water. Like, I did not expect that was on the agenda today.
And we just saw our first llama up close. And they're so cute. But it is really cool to see the lagoon.
Yes, and we do not have a sleeping bags for tonight, and so things are gonna get really interesting when we get back to our hostel. Let me give you a tour. Bed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. And after the sunset, we are going to do another group dinner, so we probably won't record much. And so we'll most likely see y'all on day 3, which is, it's already day 3.
It's already the end.
And there's a early roll call of 5 a.m. And so it will be very interesting.
It will be. Well, it'll be cold.
I know, I'm trying to talk like the wind's like choking me.
Ah, that is cute. Wow, no, that's so cute.
This was awesome.
What?
10 out of 10 day.
10 out of 10.
Good early morning on day 3. It's about 5:30 and we have an hour drive ahead of us.
To see some geysers. And we're actually up at 4:30 because we already had breakfast and coffee and packed up, ready to go. But we're gonna see geysers today. We're gonna go swimming in lagoons. And we're also gonna go see another lagoon, right? The Blue Lagoon? I don't know, but some of our friends are leaving us because they're going to Chile and we're going to Uyuni. I'm glad we're not the only ones who said this, but a few other people said that they mostly thought they were going to see the Salt Flats on this tour. And so every day has been a nice surprise about seeing all these different things that we probably didn't read the full itinerary. Yeah.
So it's been...
Let's go have some fun. We made it to the geysers right at sunrise. We're the first group here. We're at 5,000 meters. It's gonna look so cool. You can see the steam coming up and the sun's coming up, and it's gonna be so much fun. It's kind of cold, but it's not too bad actually.
These geysers are phenomenal. And our guide, shout out to him because we got up super early and we were the first one here. But look at all the lights and cars coming behind us.
I know.
In the distance, you could just see like 20 different groups coming.
Yeah.
But we were the first ones here.
Oh my gosh, and the sunrise is so pretty, especially with like the smoke and steam. It looks really cool. Honestly, this is a little scary for me because I don't want to die in a geyser. But also, it's really cool.
I would never do this if I wasn't trusting our guide, but holy cow, we are super close. I don't know if I should be like in shock or like excited, so it's like a mix of the two.
I agree with Brandon. I would not be doing this if our guide was not here. I was like, I'll follow you, but I'm not going to be the first one down there. I'm not going to be the first one to do any of this. I don't trust myself. But it is like another planet. It is so cool.
Honestly, this is incredible.
Yeah. But now all the tour guides are like racing to the hot springs. So here we go. We made it to the hot springs. It's 6 Bolivianos per person to go into the springs, and there's one little one right here, and then I think he said there's a big one on the other side. So we're gonna get our tickets, change, and go get warmed up by the hot springs, because it's cold.
Yeah, it's like a polar plunge.
My toes are freezing. Okay, other than that though, it's not that bad. Oh! Slippery. Ow!
Oh.
Ow!
Ow.
Oh
my god, that actually hurts.
It feels so good.
Oh my goodness.
My toes kind of hurt a little bit still too.
Ow.
Ow,
Okay.
it hurts a little bit, but it still feels so good. Oh my gosh. I like this. This feels so good. I'm in love. And what a view. wait, look at this.
How's the view?
Amazing. But now the water's starting to feel cold.
I know.
My body's gotten used to it.
I know, that is so unfortunate.
We are loving the hot springs. The view, I swear, the view here, anywhere, everywhere, the whole tour has just been stunning. So just being like in a hot pool with these views is amazing. And so a lot of the people that leave to Chile have to leave early. So we are the only ones in this hot spring and we get it all to ourselves. And it's so nice. I love it. Wow. We had to leave the hot springs really quickly. We thought we had more time, but then the guy was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So we quickly packed up and got the van, and now we're with the other friends that are still going to Uyuni. And so we've been driving along and we had about 2 hours to lunch.
And then the unexpected happened. We were going up this hill, sort of like what we're on now, and the car just slowed down and came to a stop. And so luckily our driver happens to be the mechanic, and so we kind of lucked out, but we're letting him do his thing. We're stretching our legs. Well, that was two things like back to back that happened. And so it's almost lunchtime, and I don't even know what the rest of the plan is going to be for the rest of the day, because they mentioned the Green Lagoons and what else? Getting ice cream somewhere?
Yeah, that might be scrapped.
But yeah, our time has gone out the window because one of the groups heading to Chile, one of the people left their passports at the hot springs, so they had to like backtrack to where we were, which is why we left the up, and now we're stuck. And so,
luckily, this road is very busy. Like a bunch of cars pass us, and like all the tour guides, I think, kind of like know each other. We're not too worried. And our other two cars should be behind us too. So hopefully they either catch up with us or another car comes picks us up. I ain't too worried yet.
Yeah.
Ask me like in like 2 hours.
We got an awesome view with us. We're stretching our legs, and we'll see you on the other side.
We are back on the road. At first we did a little tug and coast on the mountainside. And then our other fearless leader, Sandro, came and we hopped into his van and we made it to our lunch spot, and another van is supposed to be coming so we can split up the group a little bit. I was a little scared. Not scared, but going down the hill, we were coasting. And I was just like, oh gosh. You want to go fast when you're coasting down a hill. But overall, not bad.
So, we're gonna eat lunch. I don't know what the rest of the plans are. We're gonna get the download probably at lunch to see what we're gonna do for the rest of the day, because we're down the truck. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We just finished our final lunch with our tour, and we have 15 minutes to kind of explore because they're trying to get the other van to work. And so we saw this pack of llamas, and we're gonna go see these cute little llamas and walk by this stream.
Look at all these llamas. At least that's what we think they are. There might be a mix somewhere. We saw like another pack back there where it actually like had some sheep mix in there. But one thing we didn't get to explain while the cars were broken down, there's this large ravine stream, if that's what you want to call it, with like 200 llamas just all like, eating down there. It was really cool to see. But this town actually has some pretty close. And we wanted to check them out before we get back into the car and head 2 hours back to the town.
Thank you so much for a great tour.
Thank you, Sandra.
Okay.
You were great.
Wait.
Just enjoy that.
One all together. Yay!
Sandro's the
That's
man.
great.
He is the man. He got us.
That was good.
Our tour was great. We loved our guide. He was awesome. The food was mid. Nothing to
Yeah.
call home about. And the accommodations were also mid-tier. Definitely not like your high-end tour, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the views and all the events and activities and all the sights we saw totally made it worth it, despite being a little cold or, you know, a little sleep deprived.
Yeah, unbelievable views.
Now we are going to get bus tickets to Sucre, so we'll see y'all in the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Bye!